Hi there. Have you ever wondered why pigeons bob their heads while they walk? Their back and forth head movement sort of look like that they're continuously pecking for an invisible object in the air. So why is it? Why do pigeons bob their head? Well, as it turns out, they don't. The back and forth movement is an illusion, or specifically, there is no backward motion. Let's take a closer look at these pigeons. Now let's look at it in slow motion. We can see that they hold their heads still relative to their surroundings and move their body forwards before bringing their head forwards for it to catch up with their body. Most studies suggest that birds in motion bob their heads in order to stabilize the visual surrounding. It sounds a bit complicated. To understand it, grab your phone and a textbook. Hold your phone in front of the text and move it from one point to another, and then try to read the text while moving the phone. When moving uniformly, the text smears across the center and it is not readable. However, if you hold the camera still for short periods of time, then quickly move the camera, the image does not smear anymore and it is readable. And this is exactly what pigeons are doing. Now, picture a pigeon on a moving treadmill. What do you think would happen as the pigeon walks with the speed of the treadmill and its visual surrounding stays the same? In 1978, Dr. Frost conducted this experiment, and he found that when pigeons are walking on the treadmill, they don't bob their heads anymore. Why? Because their visual surrounding stays the same. Now let's talk about humans. So how come humans don't need to bob their heads when they're moving around? Well, as it turns out, we move our eyes. Just like pigeons that bob their heads when they're moving around, we move our eyes. There are two mains of the eye movements that help us stabilize motion: optokinetic nystagmus, which stabilizes vision when environment moves, and vestibulocular reflex, which stabilizes vision when head moves. Optokinetic nystagmus tries to keep your eyes on the same target while the board is moving, which is perhaps what your eyes are doing right now. Here's how it looks like during optokinetic nystagmus: slow movements that fixate on a moving object, followed by brief movements jumping to another object. Vestibulocular reflex tries to keep the eyes pointed to the same object when the head moves, voluntary or involuntary. So now we know why pigeons are moving their heads while walking, and humans are doing the same. It's just we're moving our eyes.